We will get started with our warm-up. As always, our arms are coming up and down. Welcome to Strength Circuit. Happy Monday. I hope you both had a great weekend. Whew. Like I said, body weight strength, but if you have a weight or something you want to add on for resistance, feel free to. We will start swinging our arms left to right, maybe getting that little step in. Excited for today's class. We are getting back to the basics. So we have two different types of push-ups, squats, and plank variations for today. So only 6 exercises. We're going to start with our feet outside of those hips. Bend it straight over. Try and touch the floor. Stretch out those hamstrings. Feel that pull in the back of the legs. And then we will go ahead and bring it down into that nice deep squat, hands up, push the knees out with those elbows. And then we will bring our arms overhead, stand back up to repeat, bend it over, touch the toes. Feel the pull in the back of the hamstrings. I'm just gonna go ahead and mute everyone. And then let's bend the legs, bring it down, nice low squat, hands up, push those knees out, open up those hips. And we'll bring our arms overhead, stand back up one more time, bend it over, touch the toes. And then let's bring it down, nice deep squat, last time. This time though, we're bringing that right arm up, twisting to the right, arm straight in the air. Bring it back down, and then this time left arm's coming up, twisting to the left, and we're gonna bring it down. Arms overhead, let's stand on up. Next, we're gonna place our hands on the ground, step it back into that high plank position, lower the hips down into that up dog, stretching out your core and your back, and then we will raise it on up, right foot forward into that hip flexor. And then we're gonna switch legs, left foot forward. Go ahead, bring it back, lower the hips down, up dog. Raise it up, right foot forward. And then the left. We have one more of these, back into that high plank, lower the hips down. And then let's raise it up, right foot forward, pulse it out, and then left foot. Last time, we're gonna bring it back in, stand on up. That is our warm up. Like I said, for today's class, we are back to the basics. So push-up, squats, and plank variations, 2 of each. We're gonna pair a push-up and a squat variation together. So for our first circuit, we have 2 different types of pulses. We're gonna do a push-up pulse. So into that high plank, you're coming down to a push-up. You're gonna do a mini push-up halfway pulse, and then bring it back up. So down, pulse it. You're not coming all the way up, and then you're bringing it all the way up on that second time. And of course, if you need to, you can modify it on your knees, bringing it down, little pulse, back up, making sure those elbows flare at that 45, not out wide. And of course, leading with your chest and not your forehead. Then our second exercise, if you have weights, you can always grab it. We are going to do a squat. So our feet are hip width apart, pushing that butt back, coming down almost 90 degrees. And then you're gonna pulse it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stand back up and repeat. Bring it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up. And those are our 2 different moves for this first circuit. So we're gonna bring it down to the floor. We will have 3 rounds. Our first round will be 2 sets, 35 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. And then our final 2 rounds will both be 1 set, 55 seconds of work, 25 seconds of rest, alternating between the 2 exercises. But first, we're gonna start in that push-up. So high plank with hands and your toes, bringing it down to that push-up, doing a little pulse, so you're not coming all the way up, just a mini, and then you're bringing it into that full extension. So everyone come onto the ground. We are getting started. 2 sets of 35 seconds of work in 3, 2, 1. Knees are up. Bring it down, little pulse, and then back up. Only have to do 1 pulse for the push-up rather than the 5 like we are for the squat. So down, pulse, back up. And of course, if you need to, you can modify it on those knees, coming down, pulse it up. Or if you're somewhere in between, 1 knee up, 1 knee down. We have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's rest. We only get 15 seconds of rest this round. We're going to do the same exercise, same timing, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down to that push-up. Pulse it out once, and then bring it straight up. Remember to keep that back nice and straight. Pull that belly button into the spine. Keep the hands over or directly underneath the shoulders. Nice, Alex, looking good. We have 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're gonna stand it up. If you have a dumbbell or a weight, feel free to grab it. You can either keep them both on your shoulders, or you can hold one in front of your chest. We're hip width apart, squatting it down in 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pulses, back up. And then we're repeating it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back up. This is just a way to keep our muscles under tension longer. Back up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 seconds. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Shake out the legs if you need to. We're going to do this one more time. Weights are up. Squatting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up. Make sure those knees are not caving in. 3, 4, 5. Back up. Just a little over 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's rest, and we're going to bring it back to the floor for that push-up pulse. This time it's 55 seconds of work, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees are up. Bring it down, pulse it out, and then press it all the way up. If you need to take that break, you can come into that downward dog to stretch out the shoulders, or you can just rest and shake them out really quickly. "30 seconds remaining, almost halfway. Make sure you lead with your chest, not your forehead. Keep your shoulders over your hands, just over 10 seconds. And if you need to, you can always alternate between modified and a regular. 2, 1. Let's stand on up. This time we have 25 seconds to rest, and then we're coming back into our squat with 5 pulses. Our feet should be hip width apart, making sure as you bend down, those knees don't cave in. Push them out. Squatting it down in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. 2, 3, 4, 5 pulses, back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, back up. Of course, you don't have to follow my pace. You can go slower or faster if you need to. Always feel free to take those breaks whenever you need to. 25 more seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, back up. Ooh. Quads are definitely starting to feel those pulses. Have just over 10 seconds, and then we're back down to those push-ups. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Whew. Grab that quick sip if you need it, and then we're coming to the floor. Final round in this circuit. Last set of both of these movements, starting with that push-up pulse in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, knees up. Again, it is the same timing, so 1 set, 55 seconds of work with 25 seconds to rest. Twenty seconds remaining. Just over 10 seconds. Try to fit one last rep in. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Whew. And we are standing up our last set of these squats with 5 pulses. Feet hip width apart. Pick that weight up if you have it. Press those shoulder blades back or bring it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend it up and bring it down right away. Try to give yourself a minimal amount of rest. 2, 3, 4, 5. Our last set of these, and then we get that 60-second break. Just over 20 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up. Keep that back nice and straight. Shoulder blades back. 5 seconds left. Go ahead and rest. Whew. Grab that quick sip of water. We have 60 seconds to catch our breath. And then we come into our next circuit of push-up variations and a squat variation. So we are going to be doing diver bomb push-ups. We are starting in that upside down V position. And the twist for both of these is these both include pauses. So in that downward dog upside down V position, you're going to do a pike push-up. Bend it down, bringing that forehead to the floor. Pause it for a second, and then push it forward into a push-up. Pause it, and bring it back. So you pause in that pike, you pause in the normal, and then you bring it back up, but in the air, into that upside down V. And then our second exercise, standing it up into a sumo squat. So feet are outside of the hips at that 45-degree angle. You're going to bring it down nice and slow. Count of 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those legs should be almost 90 degrees. You're going to come up on the toes. Hold it for 2 seconds and then bring it back up, still on the toes. Then you drop it down. 4, 3, 2, 1. On the toes. Hold it. and then you bring it up to repeat. But first we're starting with that diver bomb push-up. So upside down V, pike push-up, pause. Normal push-up, hold it, and then bring it back. So 2 different pauses. Same thing on first round, 2 sets, 35 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest in 5 seconds. Bring it to that V. 3, 2, 1. Pike push-up, hold it. Bring it to a regular push-up, hold it, and then butt back up. Bring it down into that pike, forward, hold, back up. So you have 2 different 1-second pauses in that pike push-up, and then in that push-up, and then you're bringing that butt back up to repeat. 10 seconds remaining. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We can rest. 1 more set of these, same exercise. Got 2 pauses in this diver push-up. Come up into that upside down V. 3, 2, 1. Bend the arms, hold it, then push it forward, push up, hold it, and then bring it back. "20 seconds. Almost there. Just 5 seconds. Give me that last rep. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Let's stand on up, sumo squat. Toes at that 45, outside of the hips. We're coming down on a count of 4. In 3, 2, 1. Slowly drop it down. 4, 3, 2, 1. On the toes, hold it, then bring it up to repeat. 4, 3, 2, 1. On the toes, hold it, back up. 4, 3, 2, 1. On the toes, back up, staying on those toes. 3, 2, 1. Up, bring it up. 4. Go ahead and rest. Nice short 15 seconds, and then we are back outside of the hips, 45-degree angle, bringing it down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. On the toes, back up. 3, 2, 1. When you come on those toes, power it up nice and quickly. 3, 2, 1. Toes, nice and quick. If you can't come up on both of the toes, just come up one at a time, one, and then the other, come flat, and then you can extend it back up. Let's rest, and let's drop it back down. Diver push-up, this time, 1 set, 55 seconds of work in 4, 3, 2, 1. Pike push-up, pause it, bring it forward, pause, and then back up, butt in the air. 2 separate pauses, keeping our muscles working just that extra couple of seconds longer. "25 seconds. We're more than halfway there. "10 seconds remaining. Keep it moving. 1 last rep. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. And let's stand back up. Sumo squat position. Whew. Catch your breath. We got 25 seconds of rest. Just over 10 seconds. Our feet should be outside of those hips, 45-degree angle. 4 count coming down, starting in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, toes up, hold it, and then extend it up. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it on the toes, and then bring it up. Remember, if you can't, you can just go up on each toe, make it flat, and then extend it up if it's a little challenging to come up on the toes. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it on the toes, bring it up. We have 15 seconds. 2, 1, toes back up. 3 seconds, our last rep, and rest. Whew, grab that water if you need it. We have one more round, 1 set each, 55 seconds of work, starting in our upside down V. We are getting started in 5 seconds. Bring it in position. 2, 1, bend the arms, hold it, push it to that push up, hold it, and then press up and bring this butt back in the air. Our last set, try to keep moving the entire time. We have just over 30 seconds remaining. Keep going. Last time we're doing this today. Seven seconds. Can you fit one more rep in? Last 1, 2, 1. Rest. Whew. And stand it on up. Our sumo squat. And then a 60-second break. So bring the feet outside of the hips. 45-degree angle. 4 count. Going down nice and slow. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, bring it down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes, hold it, and power up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it on the toes, power up. 2, 1. Hold it on the toes, power up. 30 seconds remaining, and then our 60-second break. Gotta work for that long break. We'll only have 1 circuit left after this, and that is our plank circuit. Two, 1. We have 7 seconds. 1 last rep. Go ahead and rest. Whew. 60 seconds. We are bringing it into our core. We have 2 different plank variations. You can use your dumbbell for this if you have one. We're going to come into plank rotation. So hands and toes, high plank. You're going to bring that hand straight in the air into that side plank. And if you want added option, add that dip, bring it down, and then switch sides. And again, add that dip if you want that extra oblique work. You don't have to though, that's the advanced option. And then our second plank, we'll keep our dumbbell in front of us if you have one. We're gonna be a moving plank tap. So in an elbow plank, tap, tap, press it up onto the hands, tap, tap, back down onto the elbows, and then repeating, making sure when you move from elbow to hand, you keep those hips as still as you can and make sure they stay forward and square. But first, we're going to start with our plank rotation. So hands and toes, bring that right hand up, twist it. You can either stay here and then switch, or you can come up, dip it down, switch, dip it down, just that little bit extra of oblique work. Completely up to you. Whew, I know your shoulders are probably burning. Mine are too, but we are hands and toes starting in 3, 2, 1. Bring that right hand up, twist it, and then dip it down if you want, and then switch sides. Make sure that supporting hand stays directly underneath your shoulders. We have 2 sets, 35 seconds of work. This round with only 5 seconds left in this set. Go ahead and rest. Whew. Same exercise. Those plank rotations back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees up, rotate it. Again, you can just do that plank rotation and switch without the dip, or added challenge, you include the dip, stopping right before that hip touches the ground. Just over 10 seconds remaining. Three, two, one. Let's rest. If you have that dumbbell, just put it in front of you. We're coming into an elbow plank. Bring your hand to tap in front of us, then press up into a high plank. In 3, 2, 1, elbow plank. Tap your hand in front of you, each side, and then press up into a high plank. Tap it, and then bring it down into that elbow plank. And of course, if you need to, modified version, you're on your knees, still keeping that back nice and straight, making sure you pull that belly button in towards your spine. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rest. Whew. One more set. Just 6 minutes left in this workout. Elbow plank in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In that elbow, tap it in front of you. Then press up onto the hands, tap it in front of you, and then bring it back down to repeat. Keep those hips as still as you can. Ten seconds. 2, 1. Let's rest. And we're coming into our high plank, to those plank rotations to make that side plank in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High plank. Bring that right arm up, twist it to a side plank. Add that dip in if you'd like, then bring it back down and switch sides. And again, if you have that dumbbell, feel free to hold it in your hand. Even more resistance, even more of a challenge. 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Let's rest. Grab that water, and we're moving it back into that elbow plank with the taps, and then back up into our moving plank tap. One set, 55 seconds of work, starting in 10 seconds. Bring it to your forearms. Knees are coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're up. Tap out the hands, then press up, tap it out, bring it back down onto the knees or elbows. If you need to, though, you can be on the knees for that modified version. Just make sure whichever one you're doing, that back is not curving. You're pulling that belly button into the spine, nice straight back. Engage your core. 20 seconds. Three, 2, 1. We are resting. Shake out the shoulders if you need to. Get some arm circles in because we have one last set for both of these movements, starting in that high plank to that rotation with the option to dip. So hands and toes, knees up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're up, twist it to the side, dip it down if you'd like, and then switch sides, making sure as you twist, almost like you're in a T, shoulders should be stacked on top of each other, hand underneath the shoulder, directly underneath. Our last set of these, only 25 seconds remaining. Ten more seconds. Keep moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are resting one final time. Coming into that elbow plank for our moving plank taps. 55 seconds, you guys. This is it, our last set. And then we are cooling it down. Burning out our shoulders in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbow plank. Tap in front of you. Come up on the hands. Tap in front of you. And then bring it back down. Keep those hips as still as you can. And of course, modified version, you are on your knees, still nice, straight back, tapping it up on the hands, tap it, and then repeat the same. We've just 10 seconds remaining. Finish it out strong. 3, 2, 1, go ahead. And rest. Grab a quick sip of water, towel off if you need to, and we will get into a nice little cool down, starting in a child's pose position. Meet me whenever you are ready. Heels together, knees open, sitting on our heels. Just meet me whenever you grab your sip and are done, no rush. Take that nice deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale out through your mouth. We are going to walk our hands over towards the left. And then we're going to walk our hands over towards the right. Let's bring it back center. Keeping our forehead on the ground, we're going to bring our arms behind our back and interlock those fingers. And then you're just going to raise the arms up to stretch out your shoulders. If you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can lift the hips up and come onto the top of your head. If that hurts your neck, just stay sitting on your heels with your forehead on the ground. One more nice deep breath. And then go ahead and exhale back down, sitting on your heels, dropping your hands. And we're going to swing them back overhead, keeping them extended, keeping our palms on the ground. We are going to push our hands forward as we raise our hips into the air. And then once they're as high as they can be, you can place your forehead on the ground and just sink your chest into the floor, stretching out your upper chest and your shoulders. Next, we are going to place our elbows on the ground and pick the hands up, interlock them above your head, and then again, sink it down to stretch out your triceps. Go ahead, place the hands back down, and let's come on up into a downward dog, hands and toes upside down V. We are going to step that right foot forward into a hip flexor, feeling it in your left hip flexor. If you need to, you can always drop that knee down, or you can keep it up in the air. And then let's go ahead, step that right foot back, bring that left foot forward. And then we will go ahead and step that right foot forward to meet the left, coming into a forward fold, bending it over to touch to the toes. If you need to, it's okay to bend your knees so that you can reach the floor. I'm just going to stretch out the hamstrings. And then in a moment, we are going to inhale up, reaching for the sky in 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale that right arm down and bend it to the right, keeping that left arm overhead. Go ahead, inhale back up. Exhale that left arm down, bend it over. And then let's inhale back up. Bring your hands together, come down in front of your chest, and we're just going to push them forward and round out the back. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bring the hands back in, and then exhale them back down. That is all I have for class today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
That was challenging.